Are we dancing today?
It's dancing day, man. What's up? Welcome to Never a Dull Moment. I am Greg Blythe, and my wife behind the camera is Mrs. Never a Dull Moment. Thank you, Michelle, for being here today. Thank you for being here today. We are super excited because I have an unboxing of a knife that I've had since December that sat in the drawer and hasn't been used because that's the rule. We don't use it until you've seen it, and you haven't seen it, but you're gonna see it right now. Okay, so Shiro Kamo. You've heard of him. We all know him. We all love him. You know, he's been around for a minute. Started when he was 25 years old, and he helped be a founder of the Takefu Knife Village. Okay, so this guy's in his 60s, right? And at 45 years old, he won Japan's Master Craftsman of Traditional Arts. That's what I'm saying. He is currently acting as the president of the Takefu Knife Village, and we have two of his knives. One you've seen before if you go way back in the archives, and I'll put a link in the description, and a link above. But we're going to show them side by side because one has not been seen. Well, one, if you watch the handle video, you got a little sneak peek. So we're super excited. So let me show you Big Brother, the knife that we've already had. Okay, we call this one the Yellow Ranger. This one gets plenty of use. My wife loves this one. Everyone loves this one.
Lucy loves this one.
And my daughter has claimed this one. So if you're out there and you're going to leave a comment, like if I'm going to sell it, no. My daughter has claimed it. That's the end of that. So let me explain this particular knife real quick for what you're seeing. So this is let me double check. This is I know it. This is a 190 millimeter bunka. Okay. It's got that SG2 Damascus, that R2 Damascus with the black nickel. Okay. It's got the wall handle, pie cutlery custom handle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. So, and the reason I'm going to call this one Big Brother, my wife's stepping on stuff.
I kicked the tripod.
You think it's an earthquake, you're not having a seizure, okay? Just letting you know.
Sorry.
So we got to be careful. So, I call this one Big Brother because I think you'll know when you see the new one. So, this one's coming out of the box for you today. This one is Sister. You can recognize the pattern very easily. There's some of you who may or may not like what I'm about to say and be offended. I'm not trying to offend you or whatever. I'm a hairdresser as a living, and we know that straight lines are masculine lines. And so we say curved lines are feminine lines. So if we look at the bunka, it's got that K-tip, So to me, I'm going to say masculine. I'm not saying you're not masculine if you don't use it. I'm saying this one is the more masculine of the two because now we're going to compare it to Sister, which has a little bit more curves, So one of them, this one, is 170 millimeter, so it's just a little shorter. Mm-hmm. Slightly rounded tip. We're going to see how that performs. Mm-hmm. The difference is we have the Western handle versus the Japanese wall handle. Mm-hmm. This one's a partial Tang. This one's a full Tang.
Yep.
With beautiful pins. This one has the pie cutlery acrylic hybrid handle. This one has the red wine maple. So nice.
Just very different, but yet both pretty
same
nice.
blacksmith, two different takes.
Okay.
Love it. So, people literally they just grabbed this, and let me tell you why. The SG2/R2 steel is this steel that I don't know if we've managed to put a stain on it. Maybe I think we have more scratches on it from sharpening than we do any type of staining. You know, if you're not the big carbon steel patina oxidation issue person, this is an extremely sharp knife without that headache. You want to cut a lemon and walk away and go have like a margarita or sweet tea with lemon or whatever, you go right ahead. But you leave the knife on the cutting board, you walk away. You come back and deal with it later. Yes, if you have a great knife, you should wipe it down. I'm not saying to be reckless.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of a no-no, but...
That's kind of a no-no. But I'm just saying, at least if it's left unattended, it's not like a whoa. So with all the kids and the wife, if they're going to reach into the drawer and use a good knife, it's nice that they can go to the SG2 R2 steel. And these come in at a 63 to a 64 on the Rockwell hardness. Okay, so it's a hard knife. I have another video. I'll put a link above. It was sharpening SG2 to like let you guys know like what it was like, and it's fun. Okay, there was one that was a little bit more difficult. I think this one was a little more difficult because of the hardness. But you can get these things extremely sharp. I'm excited to see what this one is out of the box. Okay, let's do a comparison of the spine. There is a little bit more thickness on the bunka. Of course, the bunka is 190 millimeter.
Mm-hmm. No, but yeah, definitely.
So there definitely is a difference in the thickness of the knife.
This one is like the same. This one has the taper.
So this one has a taper, the distal taper, and this one is a little bit more constant. And even when we get down the tip, there's a little bit more of a, like the wider one gets thinner at the edge.
Killing me. Y'all, you see what I'm trying to do here, right, people?
My wife's trying. Dad's moving.
That is a hard, well, it's so thin and small. There, that's better.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right, people.
So
as per usual, let me go ahead and put this one in. So as per usual, we are going to do a test. So let me talk a little bit more about the steel real quick. So for those of you who are new to this type of steel, I want you to understand something, that when you normally take steel and you put the different metallurgy components together in the cauldron and you melt it and you try to make something out of it, you've got like a certain heat. And once they do that heat treat and they let it cool, the initial cooling is going to be melded like really nicely. But what tends to happen is at the end, some of the last places to cool kind of separate. So if you think about a salad dressing that you shake and then later on it kind of comes apart. So what they do for this type of a steel is that when the metal is molten hot and everything, they actually blow it through liquid nitrogen. Okay, and they freeze it instantly to get the metal particles, so that way they make the new types of metal, which is awesome. They press it together. I mean, it's way more complicated than that, but just so you know, there's some science going on to this powdered steel. And so we get the hardness, we get the stainless, we get all kinds of stuff. So it's really nice. Let's do the moment of truth.
not stain-free, stainless.
You know, it's not...
Because we get that comment once in a while about, blah, blah, blah.
It's not no stain. It's not stain no, it's stainless. But I would say if anything's pretty close, I mean, this is pretty close. All right, so we got it. We're going to light it up.
Okay. That's a good score, guys.
So we got a sub 200, which is nice. We always do more than one score. And for those of you who are new, 200 is an extremely sharp knife. You're very happy with the 200. Anything below is just gravy.
And this is a standard, not the actual definition of life.
Okay, so let me say that again for you guys. So, what my wife was pointing out is this is a tool, okay, but it is not the standard. So you can use this as a way of testing the sharpness at a certain point of the knife. We did 2 different points on purpose, so one was sharper than the other, okay? There's little variations that might have, it just gives you an idea, okay? So 200 and under, we're extremely happy, okay? So It was pointed out. Now, unfortunately, I just came home and didn't find out I had an entire garden available to me. But it was pointed out that they'd like to see a little bit more knife porn, a little more chopping of the vegetables. So we didn't have all these mango vegetables in the house. We already did some cooking. And so I'm going to attempt a little Santoku magic. Just because the knife actually, we know that something like this big can do some big stuff. Okay? But let's handle some smaller stuff. So I did reach into the refrigerator and get some smaller stuff out just to like put it to work. All right, nice. Okay, so let's just do like a long close-up to get like some marks. I realized I should have done some paper.
Yeah, we didn't do paper first. That's kind of pretty though.
Yeah, it does seem pretty.
It doesn't have the shh sound, but it's still pretty.
Yeah.
And there he goes, pushing his limits there, folks. It's
pushing my luck, people. My wife knows me very well. Let's do a little paper. I think the knife has got a little bit of moisture on it from.
Do you not have a towel? Jeez Louise. Dude.
It's stainless.
That is a no. That's your arm. Like, ew. I mean, I love you, but jeez. That sounds good.
What's really nice is the no effort. Like it just.
I mean, I don't know if you guys can see how barely. I mean, he's holding the knife so he doesn't drop it, but it's so delicate.
But see how it just catches. So basically, if you have 120 to 150 something scored knife, life's pretty easy. It should retain this edge with its hardness of 63 to 64. It should retain the hardness.
And I'm all like paper on the cutting board. Ah!
You're all what?
Paper on the cutting board.
Paper on the cutting board.
I'm special.
I got to get better at my paper towel technique. So what I'm doing is, it just seems, just if you guys want to comment, I'm always making sure that the paper towel, like, it curves towards me, so it's like hooking in. So like initially where that 127 was at the bottom, I'm getting like a good cut, and then at the top where I've done some chopping right there.
Where you did your work. Yeah,
where I did my work, I'm starting to lose a little paper towel.
That's okay, babe.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let's do a little chop chop. It's nice. I don't want to make sure I didn't cut my finger.
I was going to say, it'd be hard pressed to know the difference.
Yeah, you think?
Well, I mean, you'd feel it after a minute.
What I like is, I mean, I do little finer details. I do like the bunka because the K-tip end of the bunka.
So delicate.
I mean, it just seems like you can get that point back there. So the purpose of this then is to just see, you know. Super fun.
I mean, look, they can't even see how many pieces you've cut it in. It's hard to, there you go. Minced garlic, anyone?
Minced garlic. There you go, people. Again, You know, really nice to not worry about the oxidation or discoloration in any type of kind of random patina and off places. Yeah. It's a nice size. So let me point out this size at 170 millimeter. This is your kid-friendly size, your grandma-friendly size, your wife's, you know, and your dad. It's not a daunting knife. This is going to take care of most of your task until you get into like, it's not that you couldn't do, say, butternut squash or spaghetti squash. It seems a little small for that. It'd just be a little harder. It doesn't have the mass to kind of keep it going, but not your Napa cabbage and some things like that, your daikon radish and everything. But what's nice is you can do all of your meats with this, most of your hearty vegetables, root vegetables, and then it's even small enough that I think that you could probably core your strawberry.
I'm gonna go with I wouldn't, but okay.
We got different size hands.
But
I'm saying that's the nice thing about the Santoku is it really is a versatile, and 165 millimeter probably tends to be the average, a little small, but 170 millimeter is just a really great size. And if my daughter was here and I was teaching her on a knife, this would be a great size knife to teach someone on. It's not overpowering. It'll get most of your stuff done. And then if you need a bigger slicer, grab the bigger slicer. I really fell in love with the handle, and that's why I broke my rule on buying another 170 millimeter knife.
You had to have some reason.
I really fought over it like for a long time, and I just could not lay off the knife. And then, of course, it went on a big sale, and they liked me over there. So the sale and the discount and everything like that. We appreciate you guys.
You said that for my benefit.
Let me go ahead and blow up the company real quick. We appreciate you. Okay, so it's Chef's Edge. I just want to make sure they have a couple of logos.
You want to put it on the cutting board or something, bud?
Well, I'm going to kind of hold this up for you.
Okay.
All right, so they're in Australia. Really nice people. Really stand by their work. I had something come in. It wasn't their problem. The shipping people had damaged it, but I was completely taken care of by the company. They stand behind their work. They reach out. They return messages. No problems. So I appreciate them very much. Another high quality knife. It's not even on the site anymore. It was gone. So if you have not looked into Shiro Kamo, honestly, their stuff that doesn't have an exotic knife, very affordable. You can see some of their stuff down in the 250 to 289s. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people 289s is a high number, so let me rephrase that. I've bought more expensive knives, so to me that seems like on the low. So no, it's a high quality knife. It comes at a good price. One of those blacksmiths that you want to own, and I'm very happy to own 2 of them. We'll see if my wife tends to like this one a little bit. So listen, next time we promise to have some bigger vegetables to mess up the kitchen a little bit, but we appreciate, as always, you guys checking in. Friday nights at 8 o'clock. Occasionally we throw something in on Tuesdays. We always like to let you know. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. But if you have subscribed, or whether you haven't, there's a notifications button. And if you'll hit that way you'll be notified, like, hey, Greg and Michelle made a video. They'll let you know. That's what the notifications is for. No, okay. We didn't make that kind of video.
I just sounded so wrong. Sorry, I just started laughing. Sorry,
more
y'all.
PG. But again, we never a dull moment made a video.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you guys very much as always. Thank you and God bless.